Hi, folks. Dan Bird here with the midday update to the daily scan for June 24th. It's Tuesday. The time is 1:23 Eastern Time, a little later than I usually do, but I had meetings this morning. So, at any rate, let's jump in, see what's happening. As always, I am not a financial advisor, so anything I say is for educational purposes only. You need to make your own trading decisions. Let's see first. Let's go to the homepage and look at the S&P. I haven't been here this morning, so I haven't really looked at any of these. So the S&P right now gapped up. Look at that. Gapped up and is heading for that all-time high very quickly. That's a nice looking candle today. We'll see how it ends the day. That'll be important. But you can see momentum is starting to pick up. Volume is up there, so that's looking pretty good. NASDAQ 100. Same thing, gapped up. Nice candle, ending near the high right now at 123. We'll see how it ends the day, which will be important. There's a open gap now right here. So many times stocks, charts, indexes like to close the gap, but that doesn't mean it will. Just means it's potentially could close the gap. You can see there's an open gap down here that never got closed. This one here did get closed. This one down here did not get closed. So all the way back here to April, there's an open gap. So those may eventually get closed, but doesn't mean it has to. We'll see. Let's take a look at Bitcoin, see what Bitcoin's doing today. Bitcoin's continuing to go higher, right up at that all-important 106 level, 105,788 right now. You can see how it sold off over the weekend, since Bitcoin does trade over the weekend. And then Monday, yesterday, along with everything else, seemed like the attack on Iran was a one-time deal. Might even have some peace talks going on soon. We shall see. But at any rate, the market does not seem to care. It's continuing to go higher. Bitcoin is moving higher right now as well. So let's go back and look at the 10-minute chart, see what we're doing so far today and how we're doing versus the levels for the week. So right here, for those that are subscribers on the charts page, it's what I clicked on, the left-hand column. Down here, we have under the daily routine, 10-minute charts with the aggressive sectors. You can see right here, nice gap up today at the open, sitting right up here right now, continued to go higher. Right now, it's sort of leveling off at about 130. It's actually 125 right now. So wouldn't be surprised to see this pull back a little bit, and then we'll see how it ends the day. That's going to be important. But technology, definitely moving higher. Technology makes up 33% of the S&P. So that's the key one that leads the markets higher. Key aggressive sector, that one's going higher. Financials are going higher. Discretionary is pulling back a little bit. That implies to me that Tesla may be pulling back slightly. Communication services had started an up day yesterday, continued today, pulling back a little bit. I'd call that flat right now. Industrial is definitely down for today. So let's take a look at the defensive sector, see what they're telling us. And healthcare is down, staples definitely down, energy is down today. So looks like oil is probably down as well. Utilities are down. Utilities and staples are the most defensive sectors. And materials is pretty much flat right now. So that's where gold is. Let's look at the rotation charts. Growth versus value is flat for the day, but it's up since the open Monday. Discretionary versus staples is up today, flat for the day, but it opened higher. Technology versus the S&P, definitely higher. That's what we want to see. Semiconductors needs to lead the NASDAQ 100, and that's what they're doing. So they're up. And internet is the one that pulled back ever since last Friday. Today is kind of flat, but it's definitely lower today. So that implies that maybe Google. So Google and Tesla, let's take a look at those. Looking at the Mag 7 trend model. We'll look at Tesla right here, see what it's doing. Probably, yeah, it's pulling back a little bit, still a green bar, and opened higher than the close yesterday, but pulling back right now. So that's pretty much what that was telling us. Let's look at, what was the other one? Tesla, Google. Google, up from yesterday, still a red bar though. So it's still a bearish bar. Here's the short-term signal triggered. So those are all heading down. That's not implying that it's starting to move higher yet. But so that's probably the reason for the internet stocks not doing as well. Let's look at Apple. Apple had started to make a move yesterday, continuing a little bit up. Does have a green bar. Probably will get a short-term up signal today. The 5 is at 200.43 and the 21 is at 200.76. So it doesn't have far to go, just 33.33 points for this one to give a short-term up signal. That may happen today or might be tomorrow. Tomorrow for sure. I would say Apple will get a short-term up signal. Meta, look at that. That's looking good. So the rest of these are looking pretty good. Those that are subscribers can take a look at this on the website. Costco started to move higher yesterday. It's now sitting right at the 21-day moving average. So hopefully that one will continue to go higher. All right, let's take a look at the daily scan and see what we've got. The first thing I want to show you is, let's see, where is it? Right here. First thing I want to show you, though, is the alerts that I got. I did get a short squeeze alert this morning, came in at actually recent 12:18. So this came in just about an hour ago. And it's Big Bear, AI Holdings. So this is a short squeeze stock, and it gave an alert today. The alert means it has higher than normal volume. It's higher than at least the previous 5 days, and it's ending near the high. The close is near the high above its open. As always with short squeeze stocks, it really depends on where the shorts got in, so you'll know where they feel pain. And in this particular case, you might have some shorts that got in right about, right about here. So that's creating a short squeeze for all these shorts right here, but that's not too many of them. Where it will really create a huge short squeeze is if it gets above this level, where all these shorts entered right through here. So when it starts to move up through this level from about 4.5 up to 10, all of these shorts are going to start feeling pain. And when it gets above 10, then you're probably going to get another short squeeze. So right now that's starting to move higher. For though this is a risky play, short squeeze. Short squeezes are always risky. You don't know for sure what they're going to do. But for those that might want to try to get in at an early stage, you can put your stop right down here. Here they're at the bottom of today's candle. So at the open, basically, which would be the open is at 424. Right now, the stock is at 513. Or you could put it at the 21-day, which is down here at about $4. So low risk because you can set your stops fairly close, but high reward if the short squeeze really does take off. So I wanted to show you that because that short squeeze alert did come in. Now let's take a look at, I'm not going to show too much of this because if I look at the daily scan for the momentum scan up here, this is the impulse reversal bull. This is the momentum scan. You'll see there are 113 stocks in this. This is definitely risk on. The market is very bullish right now. From now until July 15th, historically is a bullish period. So this might be just beginning. So all of these stocks in here are in that bullish scan. There's too many to look at, so I'm not going to look at all those. 113 is a lot. Usually don't get that many. Let's look at the ones that just have weekly options. There's 31 of those. So we've got Amazon in there, in that group. Comcast is in there. Salesforce is in there. You can just look at the chart over here. See the candle going above the 21, and it's got a green bar. That's what we're looking for. Dropbox. What else? IBIT, so Bitcoin moving higher. This is an ETF for clean energy. That's moving higher. Monster Beverage moving up. MicroStrategy is on the list. Pepsi's on the list. Uber's got a nice candle. Look at that nice candle today. It's about ready to break out. So Uber and the momentum is just starting to move higher. So Uber looks like a good entry point. Biotech 2 is starting to move higher. So you can see right over here, just beginning to make its move. So those look pretty good. Let's look at the Magnificent Seven bullish stocks. We've got Amazon, which I talked about, Applied Digital, had a really good run previously and then pulled back right to the 21. We had a hammer candle yesterday. So that a lot of times is a reversal. You want to wait for the next day to get a confirmation, and we may be getting that confirmation today. Now, I'd rather see this bar over here turn green instead of staying red, because that will imply momentum is behind it. But the momentum bars right here are starting to roll over. So it's got to be a little bit careful on this one. That'd be kind of risky to get in right now. Salesforce is on here too. So it's looking pretty good. And then let's look at IBD. IBD bullish scans. We've got these Axon. These are all IBD stocks. Axon's right at a breakout point, right up there. TG Therapeutics. That one's starting to make a move. TMDX. That one's right above the 21-day. Urban Outfitters. And Xpeng, which is a Chinese stock, starting to move higher. So that's what it looks like for the daily scan today. Hope everyone's doing well. The market is looking great. Right now it's continuing to go higher. Well, let's see what it does into the close. And we'll look at that again tomorrow. Oh, by the way, one thing I forgot to do yesterday, go back to the charts page. Remember I showed you gold and oil and all of those things that they really weren't making much of a move based on what happened over the weekend. Well, the other one that's really important is the VIX. What did the VIX do? Was there volatility as a result of what happened? So here's the VIX right here. I'll actually zoom in a little bit closer. Let's go to a 2-month chart. You can see the VIX, while it spiked initially yesterday, it pulled back and closed below its open. So the VIX 2 was not really making any moves. Usually with the kind of volatility we saw with the attack on over the weekend, you usually see the VIX spike up here, at least very briefly, up above 30 for sure, maybe up to 40 in this area like it did back here. But it didn't do that. The VIX actually was very tame, and actually today it's come down quite a bit. So let's go back to 3 months, zoom out a little bit, and you'll see here the 10 years continuing to go down. Put call ratio is pretty flat, and the S&P is going higher. So all of this is very bullish for the market. The VIX is also telling us that was really not concerned about the attacks over the weekend. So again, don't watch the news, look at the data, see what the charts are telling you. They're the ones that actually will give you a clue of what's going on. All right, that's it for today. Thanks everyone for watching. I appreciate it. Tonight is Tuesday. I don't have anything on Technical Tuesday, but I will do a market wrap up tonight. We'll see how things close at the end of the day. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you later. Take care.